Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation.
Good morning, listeners. Thank you for tuning in to 91.9 and 91.5 Real FM. It's a rainy day today, rainy morning, but it's another day which the Lord has made, and He made rain and He made sunshine. So every day we wouldn't have it the way we want it to be sunny, but there are days when it's going to be wet. This morning, I'll be going into the moments of inspiration. And this morning, I'm going to look at the importance of trusting God. It's so sweet to trust in Jesus, just to take Him at His word, just to rest upon His promise, just to know, thus says the Lord. We can trust God in every area of our life. His proven faithfulness in the past is full accounts of God's great faithfulness to His people. Some examples of God's faithfulness includes God's parting the Red Sea for Moses and the children of Israel to enable them to be delivered from the hands of the Egyptians. Daniel been protected from the lions after being thrown into the lion's den for praying to his God, as was his usual custom, despite the king's decree not permitting this. When we stand our faith, God stands for us. The Lord is always with us during our trials. God is able to do the impossible in our life when we simply trust Him and do what He calls us to do in life. God's ways are higher than our ways. For this reason, it is crucial that we continually put our trust in the Lord and allow Him to direct our step in life. No situation is ever impossible for God, and He's always able to perform miracles in our life. The Bible is full of accounts of miracles that were performed by God. Some of these include the walls of Jericho coming down, Peter and the miraculous catch of fish, Jesus turning water into wine at a wedding ceremony, bread from heaven to feed the children of Israel. When we seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, we can be assured that all we need in life shall be added unto us. To obtain the provisions of God, we must carry out our faithful obedience. What God has planned for our life will continually involve taking steps of faith. We will need God's hands of favor upon our life and His enabling power if we are to achieve all that He has planned for our life, and cannot be achieved in our own strength and ability. His plans for our life will always require a continual walk of faith. We can be assured that whatever God calls us to do in life, He will bring it to pass. It is important to build our lives based on the promises contained in God's word. We need to continually renew our mind with the truth contained in God's words by meditating upon them. It is very important that God's words goes from our head to our heart. Faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. We must not only hear the word of God, but we must be doers also. We need to learn to become people of prayer who must choose to refuse to worry about things in life. We need to refuse to keep focusing on and talking about the problems in our life. If we focus on our problems, they will appear a lot bigger than what they are, and forgetting that God is bigger. Most of what people worry about never come to pass. We need to become people who would take our problems to the Lord in prayer. For with God, nothing will be impossible. For we have a God who hears and answers our prayers. That that are in line with the will for our life. God knows what is best for us and how best to work things out for us. We need to be very careful about what we listen and focus on life. We need to have people of faith speaking into our life. For this reason, we need to continually choose our friends wisely. The enemy will always try to bring worry and negative influences into our life, which will affect our faith and walk with God. We must make a decisive decision to trust God in every area of our life and to refuse to be moved and be discouraged by temporary circumstances in life. We must simply refuse to allow the cares and distractions of this world to stop us from wholeheartedly pursuing what God has planned for our life. Trusting in God has great benefits. We will enjoy His peace. We will see His blessings and favor upon our life. We will see His continual protection. Our life will always be fruitful and productive. We can be assured that God will meet our every need. We will see God's plans for our life coming to pass. We will all of these and much more that God has in store for us. To obtain all this, we need to continually remain committed to what God has called us to in life. We must faithfully trust Him and allow Him to guide our steps. In so doing, we can certainly be assured that all He has for us will come to pass and will meet all our needs according to His riches in glory. Only trust Him. Will you trust Him today? Prayer. Oh, gracious, loving Father, the Supreme One in whom we can put our trust. Whatever storms might be going through life, we can put our trust in You to see us through. You are the God of all possibilities. Increase our faith and the will to trust You always. Let us not doubt Your goodness. Give us direction for the plans You have for us. Direct our paths to the way we should go. We humbly ask that You take control of our life and turn things around. Give us wisdom and understanding. Give us strength to walk through every situation. Let our trust be rooted in You. For all this we pray in Jesus' name. Listeners, may the Lord bless and keep you throughout this day. Amen.
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 It is a rainy Thursday.
Yeah, wet and rainy. That might continue probably into the night, into the coast of the night.
Well, I guess it is good for agriculture, good for the plants.
Yeah, it's excellent. Yeah, but that kind of weather, I like to be home.
You and everyone else living in Grenada. You and everyone else.
But if I didn't have to come here this morning, I would have been in my bed. I love it. Like in the morning, 5 o'clock, and then rain started to fall around that time. I would be so happy. Yeah, to get that rain. But we need it.
Definitely.
Without the rain, we cannot survive. We will not get food. Everything has a part in the world. Everything, whatever it is, everything has its purpose in this world.
Okay, so let's go to a commercial here.
Yeah.
A pillar in the Grenadian economy. Gittins Home and Garden Center, your main pillar for agricultural supplies in Grenada. They supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings, and nursery items, diesel water pumps, walk-behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs, serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth number 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call them on 409-2175 or 438-4337 and enjoy their services from your farm to your backyard. Gittins Home and Garden Center. Hey, I know a store where you can get almost everything English. Things like quality cell phones with all accessories, various sizes of Bluetooth speakers for every occasion, clothing for men, women, and children of the highest quality, colognes, watches, and custom jewelry at the best prices in the nation. You can also shop for the best in baby items like disposable diapers of different brands and sizes. We have computers, fridges, microwaves, cookers, and washing machines. Also in stock are blood pressure machines and batteries for watches and more. Every deal is a steal. Visit Little England right here in the Quasi Insutex. Call us today at 458-4111. That's 458-4111.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one, yes, the number one. Oh yes, the number one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation and those wicked politicians, like they want to structure the plan. Well, from here to the revolution, agriculture was on top. Man Jack and didn't do too bad. After that, you know the whole thing flop. Why? Everybody want to sit down in computer, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer, agriculture, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes.
I would like to take this opportunity to say good morning to all of you who are online. Carl Belfon, Deborah Laborde, Baby Daddy, Shirley Skerrett, Joycelyn Francois, Gemma, Pat Kip James in St. Vincent. Good morning to you all, and thank you for tuning in to Real FM On Live. And as we always say, go ahead and share and like.
We used to ship 20 hectares all the way down to Trinidad during the revolution. We used to use up all the food that we had. When the cocoa, nutmeg and banana was at the highest level, now the youth them don't want to take over from the elders and continue. Oh gosh, why? Everybody want to sit down in computer, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer, agriculture, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. You could live without those, and they forget agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. Tell you just know, my brothers, all you read them computers. Lord, Lord, Lord. All over the world you go, agriculture is number one. The soil is so rich and pure, but the youths cannot understand. Well, all the education you have, man, you can ignore the soil. Everybody want to work in office, and I know the reason why. Yes, man, everybody want to sit down in computer, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer, agriculture, and they forget agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. computer. You could live without those and they forget agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. Can you just know, my brothers? All you read them computers.
Agriculture, a pillar in the Grenadian economy. Gittins Home and Garden Center, your main pillar for agricultural supplies in Grenada. They supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings, and nursery items, diesel water pumps, walk-behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs, serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth number 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call them on 409-2175 or 438-4337 and enjoy their services from your farm to your backyard. Gittins Home and Garden Center. Hey, I know a store where you can get almost everything English. Things like quality cell phones with all accessories, various sizes of Bluetooth speakers for every occasion, clothing for men, women, and children of the highest quality, colognes, watches, and custom jewelry at the best prices in the nation. You can also shop for the best in baby items like disposable diapers of different brands and sizes. We have computers, fridges, microwaves, cookers, and washing machines. Also in stock are blood pressure machines and batteries for watches and more. Every deal is a steal. Visit Little England right here in the Kwesi in Sutez. Call us today at 458-4111. That's 458-4111.
Introducing the Grenlec mobile app. You can now get your bill balance and easily track energy usage for your home or business. Report and receive alerts about power outages. Plus, stay up to date by receiving the latest notifications. Yes, the Grenlec app keeps you connected anytime, anywhere. The Grenlec mobile app. Download for 24/7 access.
Who wants to save 30%? Everybody! Now more than ever, Flow understands the need to make your dollar stretch. Our new bundles can help you save 30% off your current bill. Plus, get a free speed upgrade on your in-home internet. Simply add your mobile to your current home services account and save 30%. It's easy. Sign up now and save. All on the most reliable fixed and mobile network on island. Visit a Flow store or call us at 1-800-804-2994 for more information. Flow, it only gets better. Terms and conditions apply.
Ozone really gets it clean. Get with the Ozone family line of products. Ozone liquid laundry detergent, perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines, yet suitable for your hand wash, soft on your hands. Ozone disinfectant cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness, keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents, soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges, and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
Dear valued members, notice is hereby given that the 40th Annual General Meeting AGM of the River Sally Cooperative Credit Union Limited is carded for Thursday, 29 September 2022 at 4 p.m. Venue, River Sally Government School, River Sally St. Patrick's. Under the theme, Emerging from Our Past, Envisioning Our Future with Confidence Amidst Our Challenges. Members attending should register at the following branch: River Sally St. Patrick, Grenada, West Indies. Telephone 473-442-2732 or 9870. Email info@riversallycreditunion.com. Management wishes to advise our members that the office will be closed from 12 noon on that said date to facilitate our meeting. We regret any inconvenience that this early closure may cause. However, business will resume as normal on Friday, 30th September 2022.
Yes.
We're going to be taking the weather right now to see what kind of weather we are having today, although we all know it's a rainy day in Spice Country. Good morning, Jason. Go ahead, please.
Good morning to you, CJ, and good morning to our listeners of Freely FM. Let's take a look at the weather for today, Thursday, the 22nd day of September, 2022. At Point Selene, it is cloudy. A fresh breeze is from the southeast at 23 miles per hour. The barometric pressure is 11.7 millibars, which is below normal and rising. The present temperature, 26.3 degrees Celsius, relative humidity, 95%. Yesterday's maximum temperature was 30 degrees Celsius, and the minimum last night, 25.8 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, we had 34.4 millimeters of rain. The total for the month so far, 89.3 millimeters. Now for the public forecast for Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique Valley for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be partly cloudy to overcast and windy with some brief to scattered showers, which may be heavy at times and accompanied by thunder, improving during the evening. The public should take note here that minor flooding and small-scale slides are possible in vulnerable areas. Today's maximum temperature should reach 29.5 degrees Celsius. The wind should be east-southeasterly to south-southeasterly at 16 to 26 miles per hour, gusting higher with showers. The sea should be moderate to rough, with waves 6 to 9 feet in open waters, and tonight it should be moderate with waves 4 to 6 feet. The public should take note here that a marine advisory is in effect for today. The tide is currently falling with low at 8 a.m. and high at 2:15 p.m. Sunset today 6:05, sunrise tomorrow 5:57. To repeat the forecast, the weather is expected to be partly cloudy to overcast and windy, with some brief to scattered showers, which may be heavy at times and accompanied by thunder, improving during the evening. The public should take note here that minor flooding and small-scale slides are possible in vulnerable areas. From the Maurice Bishop International Airport, Jason Robertson reporting.
Hey, Jason.
Yes.
Jason?
Yes, I'm here.
Hello?
Here. Yes, I'm here.
I think Jason is gone.
I'm here. You hear me?
Jason, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
I'm not hearing him.
I'm hearing him.
I'm hearing you.
Mom, for you.
Yes, I'm here.
Jason, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. You hear
Okay,
me?
sorry, I couldn't hear you before. Let me ask you a question. Last Saturday, we had the perfect storm in St. Patrick's. It was an isolated storm. What deals with that? Because everywhere else was as dry as nut.
Last week, Saturday, we had a perfect storm.
In St. Patrick's.
Well, I wouldn't call it a perfect storm. It was just an area of convective activity to the north of us, which gave us some rain and gusty winds. But
And the
in terms of
thunder.
an organized storm, I wouldn't say it's an organized storm. Just an area of convection that gave us that weather on Saturday gone.
Okay. So I cannot say it was a perfect storm. To me, it was perfect because we had rain, thunder,
the local-
lightning, wind.
The local people first might say it's a perfect storm, but as the meteorologist says, it wouldn't qualify as a storm.
Okay.
All right?
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye. So, folks, there we have it. Rain, more rain, thunder, lightning. So if you need to get a little bit of food to store for the weekend, go ahead and do that. But do not go panic buying because it is not a storm. It is not a hurricane. As they said yesterday, it was a front. And I think we are on the side from the front right now. So it is not as bad as it was yesterday, but we're still having lots of showers.
By tonight, so hopefully, and get some warm sunshine from tomorrow weekend. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you have for us, JD?
Before we get on to the meat of the mother for the day, I need to share something with the listeners. Now, I'm one who really believes in prophecies.
Okay.
Maybe a lot of people don't. And I would have collect information like early as January as to what they foresee to happen in the world for the year. One of the things that they said that would happen, and it did happen, that the Prime Minister of England, which was Boris Johnson, would have to step down. And a woman will become Prime Minister. Although since January they came up with that.
They actually prophesied that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So he had to step down and the woman will come into as the PM. And they went so far and said there will be 3 women in the world in high position as prime minister and leaders. One would be England, one would be in America, and one in Barbados.
We have a president in the USA?
A prime minister. No, I'm saying women take, like before in time to come soon.
Oh, okay.
That women would be, in control. Like so we have already 2, one in England, one in Barbados, and then who knows, there might be one in America shortly. And one of the things that they came up, they said that Puerto Rico was going to get a hit with a storm during the course of the year. So I didn't look at it carefully. Not only on last weekend, Puerto Rico got a good beating.
Okay, but hear this. Puerto Rico is in the line of hurricanes. Every year, regardless of which one pass, whether they pass on 2 legs, 4 legs, or just a robot, Puerto Rico getting hit. Haiti getting hit. Cuba, all those places that are on the hurricane belt, they will get hit. And even us, although we don't get one in a while, and we're hoping that we don't get, we're also on that belt. So the prophecy on the Puerto Rico thing, I ain't buying. Let's go.
Right. Caller, is that?
Somebody's calling the
On the
other
other
line.
line. They said that before the end of the year, the Queen would pass away.
Caller, if you're calling for the agricultural program, the number is 442-0175. Go ahead.
Yeah, they said before the end of the year, the Queen would pass away, and she did. And they said Charles would take over.
Well, that's a given. Anytime the Queen died, Charles was going to take over.
Yeah, all right. But what if we see in the future, there will be unrest in the UK, and a lot of things will change. A lot of things will change in England regarding to the monarchy. One of the things that he said there'll be a conflict in the world between 2 countries, and it was like Russia and Ukraine, and that we see that come to pass. And they're looking at China, India, and Pakistan will have some disturbances. We're also looking at China and Taiwan. We're also looking at Israel and Iran, but they say Israel would be victorious. But one of the main things I thought came up they said the world will experience high inflation, low economic growth, high unemployment, hardship, strikes, and unrest. And the youth will want to do a lot of things. They're looking for. They don't want to work, but they're looking for easy money.
Mm-hmm.
And just Monday, I think it was, they shot 4 youths in Trinidad. They went on to hijack one of the stores in Trinidad, which are very quiet place, and the police end up killing 4 youths. But also 2 security guards, and the police was two security guards died, and the police was seriously injured. So there's a lot of strong shortage of food, which is caused by economic hardship and drought. And some places would have intense flooding, while some places would have the drought. So we should heavily invest in agriculture and try to feed ourselves. They also advise that we should store up dry foods so that could last a little.
Mm-hmm.
We should store up on dry foods. So they're looking at like the 3 key pillars in the world is food, shelter, and clothing.
Mm-hmm.
But now food is the one that is more, is more attacked. While it's food, shelter, and clothing, on the other side, and you have to call it as food, water, and oil would be another three pillars that we have to look at in the world. And already we see food is one of them. Oil is the next major one. And soon, well, not soon, but there are time will come when water would be a key part in the world. Yeah.
Good morning, caller.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, Durham. How are you doing?
I'm there.
Okay, one moment, please. Go ahead.
This morning I cannot get the station, so I just call on my house phone and they're saying the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. He leadeth me in the pathway of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. For thou art with me, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen.
Amen. So what is the weather like on your area up there?
Plenty of rain and outside, looking like a cloud outside, almost cloudy.
So that's why you couldn't wake up from your bed this morning to call earlier?
No, I get up early, but I can't get the radio station this morning. That's
Oh, okay.
I say you get washed away, John. I say.
No.
I'm not here. I say no time. I say John get washed away. But what you should do once you have like quarter past, just call. Yeah, once you should not hear, you just call and see what's going on. So I do hope you under covers or.
No, I sit down here in the kitchen.
You go play. Oh no, not today. Not today. You're there fasting and prayer.
As usual.
As usual, yes. So, but the Lord will always be your shepherd.
Yes.
He will always be your shepherd. All right. Do have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Yeah, you two have a nice day.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So yes.
Yes, food and oil, and then water will be a very key put item in the world, because some countries, I think 75% of water goes into agriculture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so then it will be a problem to get water for the nation and for agriculture. Whereas they have a problem in, I think, in two countries with a beverage supplier.
Mm-hmm.
It could use a lot of water to supply for the beverage, but while the people in the country are starving for water, even went so far in one of the countries to open that they already have two wells, and they want to open a third one, and to go and drill for a third one to get water for their beverage. So that's becoming a big.
It's all about economy.
Yeah, but the people, while it is true, but the people need water.
Well, from day one, water has always been something that you're always asking us to conserve. It's not today. Although we ought to drink a lot of water, but there is a lot of wastage of water. And if we don't get our act together and start to really pay attention to what's going on, then there will be a shortage. In countries like Africa, you see that children are starving every day, or they're dying because there's hardly any water. They're trying their best to dig wells and all that.
Right, yeah.
But then there are countries that have water in abundance, but like I said, wastage. So water is essential to all of our lives, because we can survive without food for a couple of days, but water is something we cannot survive without.
Too long, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like I said, this water thing is there forever. It's just coming more and more interesting now that everybody is talking about water. And if you notice that the glaciers in places are just melting away.
And then we're getting more water, but where does it go?
That's the other thing.
It comes into the ocean,
Mm-hmm.
and then it affects well, the people on the seashores and so, so.
And you're also hearing that water levels is dropping in places. Take, for example, the river that we all grew up with in Madays, right on the Lofoten Bridge.
Yes.
I know there are people that used to stay there and just take headers.
Yeah, into the river.
Tell us take header now. We're all ending up dead people because you can see that the water has
Yeah,
is
and more is
dissipated.
getting less.
Yes,
And
yes.
less, and then with the weather pattern that we are having, it's it's becoming terrible.
Okay.
And then what do we do? Because if we need, because like some farmers, they have to wear their crops twice per day because of the heat. So yeah, they have to wear their crops twice per day. So we're in a very difficult situation. Very, very difficult. So we have to take heed as to what we do. Yeah, what the way forward. I mean, that key. That's some of the key things that we should be looking at. Now. Yeah.
Folks, I'm just learning that the terrestrial radio is off the air. So we're only getting people that are online at the moment. And this is because of the weather that we're having, the high winds and so. So we're going to try to get a technician to see if he can go up there and rectify the situation. So if you're not hearing us on Real FM this morning on your radio, that's because of the weather. We apologize for this. But if you can get to us online with a Facebook, YouTube, please log in. Thank you. Go ahead, JD.
Yeah, so we have to pay a lot of attention to one, the food shortage, and two, water. So it's
But then without water,
food.
there is going to be, we won't have any food
Yes,
because they both go hand in hand. You can plant things, but if there's no water to hydrate or irrigate, then we're all going to starvation land.
Yeah.
So as we see the table, we have food, clothing, shelter, and all that. We can actually walk with minimal clothes on us, and we'll be fine. But when we don't have food and we don't have water, we are in serious trouble. And then we had the Mr. Robert Bristol last week on air telling us about the oasis that he had. They are planning to start to get people to plant more, to do backyard gardening, as we say, or domestic gardening. And that is a big thing. So we really have to push it out there to have people to try to do what they can right now, because yes, the world is heading into a stage where we are having a lot of food shortages. And with food shortage come high prices.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you go to the grocery store lately, but you can go in there and buy something and come out with a bill for $500, and you're wondering, well, what happened there? What went on? I could come out with my bag on my two little fingers coming out and, $500 gone. So we know that is something of the present. So we should not take it lightly and think, and for those of us who say that we are not eating green bananas, and so the time is coming when we will be consuming a lot of green bananas and stuff.
Not consuming. We wish you will get it to it.
Well, that too.
We wish you will get it to it.
So if you don't like it, start practicing to like it right now.
Yeah, some people say, I don't eat breadfruit, and these are what we have. What do we have in the island? That's what we will have to use. We cannot depend on flour and rice. We don't. I can't remember seeing a rice plant growing in Grenada. Somebody producing rice. I've seen somebody producing flour, but not rice.
Yes, we have local flour here. People made mixed flour out of breadfruit.
No, I'm talking about wheat itself.
Oh, wheat itself. No, that
no, I saw somebody here. No, somebody did it, But we'll have to make use of what we have. Dry the breadfruit, dry the even the banana could be dried and make into flour. Sweet potatoes can be dried and turned into flour like what?
And even you don't even have to just cook bananas and just put it on your plate like that. You can do so much with it. You can make casserole with banana, just spice it up nicely, and you have no idea if it's just bananas that you're eating there. So we have to get creative and eat what we grow and try to grow what we eat. Yes. Yeah.
And I looked at three major food that we could grow here and probably sustained on it. Corn. If you have corn, you could boil corn for a meal.
Mm-hmm.
You make a corn soup, or you just boil. If you don't have split peas or whatever, you boil your corn. You eat that for a meal. When the corn, you could even take the same corn and make corn porridge with it, green corn porridge, very delicious. When the corn is dried, you can grind it. You make kuku, you make kuku. So if you eat kuku tonight, if you cook kuku today, eat kuku today, and then in the morning, what do you make in the morning? You fry it for breakfast.
Or you can bake it.
Well, yeah, whatever your choice. So one pot today, you eat it, and then you got remain for the next day. You eat another, it's breakfast.
Or you can also freeze it, cut it up and freeze
Well,
it.
yeah, whatever. Yeah.
So you don't have to eat it for 3 days
for
straight.
3 days straight. But they are contributing every day.
Yeah.
They don't have choice. Right?
Let me ask you something. You're into agriculture. You know, they said corn does not really have any nutrients in it, eh?
To a point, they say it doesn't have much of nutrient, but
And it is a diuretic.
it is. But it's a lot of countries. Corn is a staple food for a lot of countries. I think Central America, even in Africa, too, they use a lot of corn.
Mhm.
They use quite a lot of corn.
Well, like they say, you grow what you eat and eat what you grow.
You don't have a choice.
Exactly.
You don't have
Yeah.
a choice.
Mhm.
And of late, over the last few years, I realized corn is becoming very popular in Grenada. Because like when you were growing up, you only had corn like once a year. Very rare you get corn, but now you're getting corn all year round. And when you watch how many people by the roadside roasting corn or boiling corn, so corn has become a big factor for us now.
So let me ask you another question on corn. You go to the field, like you grow corn. You pick a few ears of corn and you come and you give me, and it says, Claire, here, I get it from my field. It's nice, green and soft. What happens to it when you put it to boil?
Well, you put it to boil. If it's hard, then you got a problem.
Well, it's sort of soft. When I get it, it's soft.
Soft,
When I get it, but
okay.
when I boil it, it's like I could exercise my jaw, get real hard jaw by eating that corn. So
I think you have to you chop it up.
You mean you cut it up a bit?
Yes, yeah, you cut it up a bit.
You soften it that way?
That way, yeah.
Because I think what you're talking about, corn soup, I think that is the only thing you can make and have that as a meal, because just to boil, I love boiled corn, but I ain't liking those what we have here, believe me.
Well, yeah, what we have here is not as of late too, I'm seeing some people do the sweet one, the softer one. It's what you call it.
If you know where they're selling that, let me know.
No, there are people who, there was a guy right in Lafayette there on the farm. He had, but it didn't last long. It didn't last that long. And the sweet corn, easy to
6 weeks.
Yeah, and they're the soft and nice. Huh?
Yes, because I like I said, I like boiled corn. I'm back in Toronto. I used to buy a lot of sweet corn. And I boil it, I put a little bit of butter on it if I want to. And I'm enjoying boiled corn. Now I'm here and I'm like, no thanks.
No, the corn we have here, when it's young, it's okay. When it's that young.
But people don't pick it young though.
I say young, not young. And what I notice here now, the corn between a week or two, they get very hard. Very, very, very hard. So you have to time the corn, and then planting a whole field of corn, and you don't know how you're going to use it up is a problem. Because within 2 weeks, the corn now gets very hard on you. Very, very, very hard on you.
So let me ask you, what crops can you plant that you can get a quick turnover from?
When you say turnover, well,
like in 6 weeks, 2 months, 3 months.
Well, the basics. Well, most vegetables is about 3 months.
Okay.
Basically, apart from lettuce and pak chai and so. But most vegetables, cucumber give you under 3 months. Maybe 2 months you might get cucumber. But most crops, tomato, cabbage, and so they're about 3 months, 90 days, before you get a harvest.
Okay.
But if you go in like quick crops, lettuce, pak chai, probably cucumber. Yeah, and all the rest would be like 3 months.
Okay. So what else do you have any planting dates for us
yes,
today?
I'll get that later on.
Okay.
Yeah. Another thing we could look at is probably sweet potatoes. Because if you have sweet potato, you could eat that for a meal. That's all you have. You eat some sweet potato and call it judge.
Sweet potatoes. I have to say I like sweet potatoes, but sweet potatoes do not like me, in the sense that it's like banana and sugar apple, and so those are fruits that I like, but I cannot eat them if they're ripe, because the sweetness of it just upsets me.
Okay.
So that sweet potato falls under that bracket also.
But they have some that not that sweet, huh?
Okay.
Diabetics could.
What kind is that?
I don't know. I heard about it, but I cannot. The name I don't really know. But it's not that sweet. But they said it could. That people who have diabetes.
Are you talking about the kind of orange American yams?
something similar to that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it has a different color.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
something-
orange.
a kind of orange. Yeah.
But do we have that sort of
Yeah.
species here?
Yeah. Do we have it here? We do have it.
Okay.
We do have it. And another crop we could probably look at is cassava. Cassava. But again, you have to know when to harvest it, because if it gets too big, if it gets overgrown, then you cannot use it. It wouldn't cook.
Okay.
But if you get the right type that you could cook and eat as a meal. So
you're saying there are different types of cassava?
There are different, but in the timing, you have to know when to harvest it. You cannot let it, if you're doing other things with cassava, fine, like firing and so, is okay. But if you're going to want to cook it, sometimes you never cook. Yeah, so you have to know when to, when it's good, and then what type of cassava you plant. Although it is said that we don't have the bitter ones here, but then there are different varieties that will match you in a very quick time.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have to look after ourselves. We cannot, everybody, like earlier on when they had COVID, they were saying, we'll do the backyard gardening. And some people probably would have forgotten, about that. But that should have been continuing over the period of time, so that we can be self-sustenance with food. And that will help lower our cost of the grocery bills. Yeah, that will.
But I think even Co-op Bank had the competition for people that are doing backyard gardening.
Yeah.
I have to speak to Mr. Santiller again to
And
see
who
the winners won, where
where
they went with it and everything like that. And this is sort of encouraging people. I look at it as encouraging people to practice planting.
Yeah.
You don't really have to wait for a competition to get paid to do it.
Right.
So yeah.
And people do even like your seasoning, your green season, your herbs, your side, your thyme. These are things which you go in our backyard, even though you had 2 pepper tree in the backyard for your sake, your home sake. It's nice, a very nice thing when you're cooking, and you could go to your backyard and pick some fresh, get some fresh herbs. It makes it ever so so better.
I have seeds. I've got basil, sage, green onions, all these things, but I have to get a branca built because I was advised not to plant it on the ground because frogs jump
up,
dogs pass, cat pass. So I'm waiting for someone, a good Samaritan, to build me a branca. That might be you, JD, to build me a branca so that I can plant my little herbs, because like you said, there's nothing beats fresh herbs when you're cooking.
Yeah, nothing. There's one called French tarragon, but there's a French one to it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're doing a broth, a soup. And just before you take down that pot, you put piece of that fresh into that pot.
Is it something similar to cilantro?
Cilantro, no.
Okay.
I don't think it's enough. Let me see. That's similar. I never could find it here.
Because cilantro, you have to have an acquired taste for it.
But when you do that the one I told you, the tarragon, it gives the pot such a different taste. So,
like one of the chefs say, you kick it up another notch.
Yeah.
All right.
And you don't put it like in the whole process of the cooking, just like just a few minutes.
End.
Yeah, just to the end of it, you
French tarragon.
French
okay,
tarragon.
I have to Google that and see what it's all about.
French tarragon. They had a trade show in Trinidad, agricultural trade show in Trinidad last month.
Mm-hmm.
And what caught my eye, now in Trinidad, you could walk into the supermarket and buy, say you want to cook kalaloo, for like most Trinidadians, on a Sunday without kalaloo is like, that's one of the main state, kalaloo and for them. So you could walk into the supermarket and buy a package with the kalaloo, all you need to cook the kalaloo, nothing else. Everything is there. All you have to do is to add your water and you go home and you cook your kalaloo. But what I came up with now is like you're getting kalaloo in powdered form.
Okay.
So and it's the same thing. Everything is in there. So when you get home, that's how you buy a pack of Milo or coffee,
Mhm.
you just get your water, your hot water, and you mix it and you get kalaloo.
Kalaloo soup.
If you want it, it will depend on how you want it. If you want it thick, you add less water. If you want it more like a soup, you add more water.
Okay, let's take a
Yeah.
commercial break. Right
Yeah,
now.
go right ahead.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one. Yes, the number one.
Agriculture, a pillar in the Grenadian economy. Gibbons Home and Garden Center, your main pillar for agricultural supplies in Grenada. They supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings, and nursery items, diesel water pumps, walk-behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs, serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth number 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gibbons Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call them on 409-2175 or 438-4337 and enjoy their services from your farm to your backyard. Gibbons Home and Garden Center.
Hear that? That is my summer sizzling in sunshine. Yours can too, with a summer sunshine loan from the Grenville Credit Union. Access up to $50,000 and add some sunshine to your carnival, your vacation, a vehicle, education, your home, and even more. Visit our offices on Jubilee Street, Grenville, or Lucas Street, St. George. Call us today at 442-8602 or email info@grandcu.org for more information. Special terms and conditions apply. Let in the summer with a summer sunshine loan from the Credit Union of Grenville.
Superb medical attention is completed when you get the best in customer care from a pharmacy and pharmacist you can trust. Conveniently located on the Snacket Hill in Sauters, we at the Sauters Pharmacy offer you unsurpassed service in customer care. We have the expertise to advise you on all over-the-counter drugs like your daily vitamins, blood builders, allergies, painkillers, and a host of other items to suit your need at the time. At our pharmacy, we want you, our valued customer, to know our objective is ensuring you get the best service at all times. If your need is for chronic challenges, we are there to assist you like no other pharmacy can. You have questions? We've got answers because we value your health at all times. Our opening hours are 8:45 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8:45 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturdays. Call us on 458-3377 or WhatsApp at 458-3377. Let us at Sutters Pharmacy start working with you on your health challenges.
Who wants to save 30%? Everybody. Now more than ever, Flow understands the need to make your dollar stretch. Our new bundles can help you save 30% off your current bill. Plus, get a free speed upgrade on your in-home internet. Simply add your mobile to your current home services account and save 30%. It's easy. Sign up now and save. All on the most reliable fixed and mobile network on island. Visit a Flow store or call us at 1-800-804-2994 for more information. Flow, it only gets better. Terms and conditions apply.
The Housing Authority offers products that people can choose from, products that people can access. And I think anyone looking to build, just call the Housing Authority of Grenada. The service was superb. Every step of the way, they collaborated with the owner, they collaborated with the builder. The builder himself was really good. For what I've seen them do, I have to say that from buildings they have done in the past to where they are now, they have come up to speed with modern trends, modern designs, and I think I will advise.
The first word when you speak about furniture is classic. Yes, at Classic Furniture, they design and make the best in local furniture. All their products are made from the finest local wood available on island. You think it, they design it, and make it to your expectations. The highest standards at the best possible price, and they also provide higher purchase for you, their valued customers. Located on Ben Jones Street in Grenville, with their factory at Chantanel in St. Patrick. That's where you need to visit when looking for products made of the finest local wood. They deliver and install items at no extra cost. Your satisfaction is their mission. The extra step is taken to ensure their customers are completely satisfied. They do doors and finished kitchen, supplies mattresses, and restores antique pieces to look like the first day they were made. Hey, give us a call on 442-4645 and 442-9726. Classic Furniture, Grenada's homegrown furniture producers.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one, yes, the number one. Oh yes, the number one. It's the number.
So Callaloo soup.
Yeah, you're talking about Callaloo. So you walk into the supermarket and you're buying a pack, just as though you could buy a coffee.
Mm-hmm.
You go home and you just get hot water and you make your Callaloo, depending on how you want it. If you want it soupy, liquidy, you put more water. If you want it like, chewy, you put less water. So the world is changing and been with a lot of innovation.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of innovation. So what the world we do have. Let me see. I think I have a picture here of the tarragon. The one with the tick.
Okay. I've seen that before, but I've never knew what the name was.
And people take it. Some people say it has a smell like aniseed.
Mm.
And they use it. I said no, they use it for Morbi. But this is not. It is not for Morbi. It has a very nice scent, like for Morbi, but it's not. You don't use it for that purpose.
As you said, aniseed. There is I used to buy it. It's that's something that's big like an onion, but it's aniseed. It's like a big white ball by the bottom of it. You've never seen it?
Ball by the bottom.
It looks like a let's say like a sort of a It has a big, like it has leaves like kale, that big white thing at the bottom there.
I think
Aniseed. But it has it has the nicest flavor in it. You can just cut it up and eat it. Or if you're making squash soup, when you're making squash soup or pumpkin soup or so, and you blend that in it, it gives you the nicest flavor you can think about.
Not a radish. No.
No, it's not. It's called. I think it's called aniseed.
Aniseed.
Mm-hmm.
I have an idea what you think, but the name is not. It's not coming true, but I think I have an idea. Wrongish white.
Yes.
Yeah, I have an idea what it looks like.
I used to see the Italian people buying it all the time at the grocery store. And one day I went up to the lady and I says, "What is that?" And she says, "Oh, it's aniseed." And I says, "Well, what do you use it for?"
Okay.
She said, "It's really good for your stomach. You can just wash it, cut a piece and eat it. It has a burning sensation."
Like
when you're eating it, but but it's a really nice flavor.
Okay. I have an idea what it's
but I haven't seen it here.
A lot of product you don't find here. Another one that is good, you don't find much of it here is in England they call it crochet. I think it's crochet. But it's like a cucumber like.
Mm-hmm.
You don't find much of that in Grenada, but it's very good. It's a very good green. It's a main green in one of the main greens in England.
Okay.
And but if I even look at Trinidad doing a lot of vegetables that you probably could find in America, quite a lot that you would find mainly growing like places like in the USA. There's quite a lot of products that we don't know about, even herbs. Some of us use only thing with the herbs just for for cooking, but the herbs have many different uses.
Mm-hmm.
You could get it. Herbs are medical, culinary. You could get some in bouquets and insects for insects and so.
Yeah, insect repellent. Yeah.
Insect repellent. Yeah.
Mhm.
So a lot of these things that we have knowledge. You see, knowledge is the key. And I remember I was in Trinidad once, and I like going to the markets.
Mhm.
Wherever I go now, I like to visit the market. So I went to the Arima market, and then this guy he was selling kale. So I went up to him and I asked him, "What's this?" I knew it was kale, so I asked, "What's this?" He said, "I kill, man." I said, I'm chatting. I said, "Do you know what good kale is?" I mean, no, I don't know. I think when I explained to him, I said I stood up there, I didn't move, and a lot of people were coming to him, and they're asking him, "What's this?" Kale. What is it good for? Look, ask the man there. I say, you see, so knowledge is key. When you have knowledge, you can't go wrong.
They dub kale as the new beef. You know that, right?
Yeah, kale
because
has,
it's loaded with
a
iron.
lot of kale has a lot of
Mhm.
kale has quite a lot into it, and then you put it in your sandwich. Yeah, I could do a lot.
You could just do salads with it.
Salad, sandwich, and
The thing is, the leaves are a bit tough when you just when you just get it. But if I make kale salad and you put a little of olive oil and you massage it in the bowl, you can actually put great lime rind, lemon juice, and you just mix it, and you're getting the kale is going nice and soft.
And then you take off the mid-rib.
Mhm.
You don't cook. You take off the mid-rib because it's sort of hard.
Yeah.
So and all this, if we continue eating those vegetables and so, it's good for our health. But we just go for the basics, and if we continue to do it.
I found a new vegetable that I really like. It's I do not know the scientific name for it because I know it has another name, but it's called snake gourd.
Snake gourd would be.
It is something like in the zucchini family. It's long and lean, but the head of it looks like a snake head.
Is it what the lady had? I mean, a couple of weeks ago,
Yes, about that. Yes.
By the way, you put me in trouble. Right? You put me in trouble.
What?
You said to me, look, you have vegetables here. Could you get it? So when I went and I said, there's a name for it. Yes, I tried to remember the name. Not
It's a big name.
I tried to remember the name. So I said, you have the herbs? I mean, no, the lady just buy the last one. I said, but the lady just the milky.
Well, no, because the thing is, when people look at it, they don't think that it's good, but there's a white, it's long.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name.
The Indians call it snake gourd.
Snake gourd, but no, the local name here is
not zucchini.
Not zucchini. Zucchini? Yeah. Zucchini.
But it's in the zucchini family.
Yeah, zucchini.
But when you cut it open, there's some white, thick flesh inside of it.
It's like a squash, like
yes.
You take out, right? So you take off the inside and you cut it up, and you
can curry it, or you can add it to saltfish. So it's really good.
And what I do know, I mean, I do not actually know, but what you do, just a little flavor. You don't have to put a whole junk of saltfish, just a little bit of, just a little bit of saltfish, and it gives you such a nice flavor.
Just as when our grandparents used to cook the callaloo soup and put the saltfish flake in it just to get the flake of the saltfish in it. So I understand what you're saying.
Yes, but I heard about this gentleman, and he'll buy a one smoker in, put it in a cloth. No, one smoker in. He hang it on top of the wood he use. Hang it on the fire on top of the big cooks. When the pot ready, dip it tight on a string, he dip it down in the pot, and you put it back up so the wood heat now.
Flavor.
It don't spoil because the heat. Yeah, so you want dip in the pot and you take it out and he happy to go.
Exactly, just not the flavor of
just
it.
The flavor he wants. This is what zucchini. That's what I was telling you. You don't see much of this.
Oh, this zucchini.
Zucchini, you don't see much of that here, but only I can say in Georgia, real value.
Yes.
And in England, they call it courgette.
Okay.
Yeah, in England.
See, how do you spell that?
Courgette.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that's another form of zucchini.
Another form of, well, it's the same thing, but in England they call it one name, and then like, how do they call eggplant? Eggplant in England. Did I say eggplant?
No, they
Yes.
call it,
Just, I don't know. They don't say, they don't call it eggplant. There's another name they call it. Yeah, but these are, and what I realize, if you're eating those vegetables, and when you look back what they're good for, we'll be free from a lot of a lot of sickness.
And eggplant is really good, and you can actually use eggplant to make lasagna. Instead of using the pasta,
Yeah.
you can use the eggplant. You cut it up, you put salt in it, and leave it in something to drain out the salt. Then you wash it out, you pat it dry with paper towel or a towel.
Right.
You grease your pan anyway, you slice it, line it up in the bottom. And you can use even the same zucchini or callaloo, or so you baju your callaloo and you put it with your cheese and it comes out perfect.
I saw a dish where they did eggplant. You cut it like in a pretty good size. Take out the inside. The same thing you take out, you saute it with other stuff, and you put it back into the skin, and you bake it. You see, you have to be versatile when you cook. You just can't cook something the same way over and over again.
And you can actually grill it too, and it's really good.
Yeah, if you grill it, you could grill it. You could do that in other ways, but we just continue one way, like a one-way street. But if you know how to,
the thing is, you have to practice with food. You have to experiment with food.
Yeah, and people will never know. May I ask you what you do there? Is it that you are referring to? To your left.
No.
Okay.
I'll Google it and I'll let you know what it is.
What it is. Okay.
No.
So we do have and then we have to be innovative. Cooking is a matter of innovation. And what you have, there could be a number of recipes, but it's what you have at the point in time and what you want to put into it. It's to your taste and fancy. And
let me take a moment to say good morning to all the people on live that we didn't say good morning to before. Natalia John, Yvonne Roberts, Michelle Alexander, Cynthia Bartholomew, Anne Andrew. How do you say this? Is that Heidi or Edie Christopher? Heidi Christopher. Thanks, Gates. Christopher Stewart, Adrian Watts, Christine Otley, Marilyn Ferguson. Thank you guys for coming on with us live on Agriculture Thursday, and continue to like and share. Subscribe. Yes. So we talked about food that we can eat, we can grow and everything like that. Now I plant just for beautification, foliage. I do not like plants that has flowers coming out all over the place because they make a mess.
Right.
So I do foliage. Now I have a plant that is called Zizi. It's a big name, Zen, so something near, but I call it a Zizi plant. Do you know much about it?
No, I don't know, maybe.
The leaves, I think it may be related to the jade plant somewhere because the leaves are really thick.
Under what heading would it fall?
Foliage.
Foliage, okay.
Yeah. But what I noticed about it, since I took a plant from my neighbor and I planted it. It took a while to bring out another shoot. But a couple of weeks ago, I noticed that I had 2 new shoots. And it's the most amazing thing to look at it when it unfolds. It comes up straight like this. And then as time comes for it to open up, you just see it unspiraling like that. Just round and round. Okay. And every morning, like a lunatic, I go stand over it to see what it's doing today. And now it's opened up a little wider. So by next week, it will be just a big branch of the Zizi plant.
Okay, that's wonderful.
I think, most people houses or garden that you pass by, you see plants like crazy. We don't eat it, but I think plants give you a sort of therapeutic feeling. Like when you go in the morning, you get like, first thing I do when I get up in the morning, I go look at my plants. I call them my babies.
Yeah, you look at.
I
yeah.
go look at my babies and I'm like, okay, this one needs a bit of water. This one doesn't need anything. And what I do with my plants, I give them a bath once a month.
Once a month. Okay.
I put them on a hose and I just let it soak right through, drain it, and then put it back on the thing. And that way you see a lot of results you see the growth of it.
Yeah, it's wonderful to see, even in your garden, even though you plant vegetables,
Mm-hmm.
to go there and just watch it and see, see the
progress.
the progress it made, and
Mhm.
you have to look, at it, and then you grow that thing, and then you harvest it, and you could eat. You have to share and you have to spare and to share. It's wonderful.
It is.
It is.
I used to, when I used to come here on vacation, I leave my plants back in Toronto, and I said to my daughter, I said, you know what? Water them once a week. And so I spent 2 weeks here and I go back and everybody's yellow and just kill over.
Just
And I'm like, what did you do to my plant? Well, Mom, you said to wet it, and I wet it. I said, well, how much water did you give it? The same amount of water you give it all the time. I said, well, did you talk to it? What? I said, did you talk to the plant?
You talk
I don't know you have to talk to plant. You didn't tell me to talk to your plant. I said, okay. So look at the progress now. I come back, I give it a little plant food, water it, I talk to them, I'm back. And so 2 days, my plant is perky. She said, don't leave me to look after your plants anymore. So, it's a process. You have to look after, regardless of if you're eating it or you're just growing it because you love it, you have to spend, you have to let them know that you love them.
Yeah. I knew of a guy who used to pigs, he had pigs.
Mm-hmm.
And he used to go to the pen and talk to the pigs. Yeah, it's something, it's nature. I don't know, he used to go there and he spent some time in the pen.
Or they can feel the love.
Yeah, there's something there's something.
It's like, I've heard a story where there was a baby that was born in one of the hospitals. She was a preemie baby and they didn't think that she was going to survive at all. But there was this one nurse she was a nurse, she was the cleaner of the hospital in that ward. And every night she goes by, she used to stand at the glass because the baby is in there, sing to that baby, and so of course the baby was hearing.
You're right, yeah.
So after a few weeks, they realized that the baby is making progress. And they had her on death's door, making progress. And they asked, well, what's going on? So they decide to monitor. Now, she used to go inside there after a while and look at the baby and then stand over the bassinet and sing to the baby. And they realized that she was the one that was doing it. So they got to realize now that even though you're on your dying door and you get somebody just to give you a little bit of affection, it can go a long way. So it's the same as plants and animals.
Yeah,
people with dogs, your dog know what time you're coming home.
Yeah, dogs they're very faithful.
Very. And one thing I noticed about them, if you treat them bad, they will remember you. You treat them good, they will remember you.
Yeah, they will. Because talking about dogs, I think the queen has 2 dogs.
The corgis?
Yeah, and there was one, they will get the care that she used to give it, and then the family say, they will definitely take.
Well, I think she gave them to Sarah and Andrew to look after because I think it came from them.
We take good care, good care. But dogs are man's best friend. Regardless of what, dogs are very, very important. Because where I live, my neighbor have a dog, but her place is French from. And anybody comes at my place after a certain hour, the dog will back. Once I hear the dog back, I know somebody is around my surroundings. It will back from top to bottom in her place. I'm running up and down, but it's somebody that comes. During the day, you don't behave like that. But once a certain hour comes at night, then it does that.
Yeah.
Even with something like that in doing gardening, that I look at, string beans. When you plant the beans, and I give it string. I don't let it go on the sticks. And the beans find its way on the string. So I just tell myself, no, these beans that they have eyes. How they get in there, they know by something they get themselves on the string. I say, but no, these beans and them, They have eyes. They could see. They know that it's string.
It's
know-
called instinct.
Yeah,
They were made with.
So that if you put it today, by the time tomorrow, you see it start to call up on the string. They find their way and they get the egg. They get that.
So here we have a recipe for eggplant from Marilyn Ferguson. Slice the eggplants, dip in beaten egg, roll in breadcrumb, then fry.
Yeah.
Very tasty. I do that sometimes
Yeah,
too.
you do. Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did it once or twice, and people wondering, well, what is it? You got to be innovative. You got to look at the way we could make food palatable, different ways.
You can actually bake it also.
You could bake. Yeah, you bake it. That's what I'm saying. The same when you take it off, you cut it in about like 2-3 inches. Take off the inside. Then you saute that with onions and others, and you put that back now into the shell.
Yeah.
And you bake it. Yeah, it's one you bake it.
Even zucchini, you can do so much with zucchini. You can fry zucchini, even carrots.
And
There's so much you can do with your veggies.
It makes a very even for breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
It makes a very good breakfast with eggs and zucchini with potato, zucchini with cabbage, egg with cabbage, and so instead of eating just egg every day, like one way you fry the egg, you whatever you do. There are a number of things you could add, and it gives you a balanced breakfast, a balanced meal.
Have you ever tried egg with avocado with eggs?
No.
You cut your avocado in half. You take an egg, you take out the little white thing, you dump it inside there, you season it with whatever season, and you put it to bake.
I have fried avocado already. I fried it, and
it's pretty good too.
Fried avocado. You put it in breadcrumbs.
Mm-hmm.
It's wonderful. I'm talking about avocado. You have a lot of avocado in season, but I do believe the price is still high. We could bring down the price of the avocado, and that's one of the vegetable food.
I love avocado.
We could eat any amount of, and it have no bad effect on our system.
Well, they're saying that it's bad for cholesterol, but that's not true.
No. Avocado has one of the best. You could never overeat with avocado to give you any problem. You could never ever overeat. But how I liked it also, you can make like ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
You do it with you freeze it and you add whatever.
We used to do avocado on bread, but now you mash your avocado with your fork in your bowl. You add a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt, and then you squeeze a little bit of lemon juice and you paste it on there.
Yeah,
you have your natural guacamole.
Yes, a nice.
Yes.
I think is it Mexico? They have this guacamole.
Guacamole, yes.
They have this big festival. Who could make the biggest one from avocado? There's a lot we could do with all the food that we have. One of my concerns lately, well, not even lately, but in the past, is the price they sell certain products from in the market.
Like?
Ginger.
Oh, ginger is expensive these days.
Yeah, but it don't have to be. Somebody said they bought up and they showed me the ginger. You cannot do more than half pound for $7. That's ridiculous. So that means you're talking about $14 a pound for ginger. No, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Because I do normally I'll visit once I go in the supermarket, I'll see what the price look like. And I think marketing board was selling ginger $11 a pound.
So let me ask you a question. Is it scarce right now?
Not that scarce. You have ginger, you get ginger.
So why is the price so high?
I don't understand. $7, I mean, for about a half a pound. I went into a supermarket lately and I saw they had ginger, $7.50 per pound.
So what should be the price of ginger?
So there's no, I would believe like maybe maximum should be more than $8 a pound. And I find still that's quite a lot. But as everything goes up, the people put up on the vegetables, the price goes up just as well. So whatever.
So are they putting it up because of labor, or is it because of what it is?
Because of what it is, and then and everything going up. So they say, well, if this could go up, I'll put up, my price too.
But this is not good economy.
No, they're just
because if you're doing it just because, then like Andrea said that many times on this program here that we in Grenada are our own worst enemy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Because if you have something that is not scarce, that we are not seeing trouble to get, and there's a glut of it on the market, why are you bringing up the price of things and you expect us to eat healthy right through the year? Eating healthy is not cheap by any means.
because the people who sell, they don't care about health. They have their thing there, and you know, when you want to become money, so they just sell it. And once the price goes up, it don't come back down.
That's the thing.
Even lemon, I see they're doing lemon one. The lemon and them young, they're green. They don't even have much juice. But they're selling it like $5 a bag, you know.
Well, you see, the thing with lemon now, everybody says when you wake up in the morning, have a cup of warm water with a slice of lemon.
Yeah.
So everybody's on the lemon trail right now. So lemon is going to be quote unquote expensive. But let me tell you, you can use essential oils, just one drop of lemon in 21 ounces or 24 ounces of a bottle.
Yes.
It does the same thing. I use lime oil in the morning. First thing in the morning, I drop one drop in a bottle of water and I drink it to remove the toxins from my body. You don't actually have to get the
lemon.
The real lemon.
And what I learned lately too is that you freeze the whole lemon.
Mm-hmm.
Freeze it, and then you grate everything, the
rind,
the seed, everything, and then you use it.
Okay.
Yeah, you just freeze it, and you grate it. When you do that, whatever amount you want, you just grate a portion, and you use it. There's quite a lot. I guess we have to give a lot of information on how to use the stuff that we have. Yes. Mm-hmm. But everybody now gets onto that craze. Well, you know, that craze. Well,
it's
lemon,
a fad.
Yeah.
Lemon is, I look at, you know, I might get hit for that, but I look at all people in Grenada as this start and stop.
Yeah.
The start and stop nation. Something comes into play, everybody is on it. Everybody jump on that bandwagon.
Yeah.
And they give it 3 months and everybody fade away.
When COVID was in swing, everybody wanted turmeric and ginger. And at that point in time, the ginger was not ready.
Mm-hmm.
Ginger was still young, pink. When you want ginger pink, ginger is not ready. So, but everybody, turmeric and ginger. But if you continue using this like a lifestyle, in those times, you don't have to brush and use it when, you know, in other times. But if you continue to do it, like if it's you do it for a week, you hold up, you take another week, come back, then your body is in your body. But just waiting when there's a pandemic and you're rushing to get that, it doesn't make much of a sense, you know.
Let's go to a commercial break and then you give us plans when you come back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is completed when you get the best in customer care from a pharmacy and pharmacist you can trust. Conveniently located on the Snacket Hill in Sautez, we at the Sautez Pharmacy offer you unsurpassed service in customer care. We have the expertise to advise you on all over-the-counter drugs like your daily vitamins, blood builders, allergies, painkillers, and a host of other items to suit your need at the time. At our pharmacy, we want you, our valued customer, to know our objective is ensuring you get the best service at all times. If your need is for chronic challenges, we are there to assist you like no other pharmacy can. You have questions? We've got answers because we value your health at all times. Our opening hours are 8:45 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8:45 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturdays. Call us on 458-3377 or WhatsApp at 458-3377. Let us at Sautez Pharmacy start working with you on your health challenges.
Who wants to save 30%? Everybody. Now more than ever, Flow understands the need to make your dollar stretch. Our new bundles can help you save 30% off your current bill. Plus, get a free speed upgrade on your in-home internet. Simply add your mobile to your current home services account and save 30%. It's easy. Sign up now and save. All on the most reliable fixed and mobile network on island. Visit a Flow store or call us at 1-800-804-2994 for more information. Flow, it only gets better. Terms and conditions apply.
The Housing Authority offers products that people can choose from, products that people can access. And I think anyone looking to build, just call the Housing Authority of Grenada. The service was superb. Every step of the way, they collaborated with the owner, they collaborated with the builder. The builder himself was really good. For what I've seen them do, I have to say that from buildings they have done in the past, to where they are now. They have come up to speed with modern trends, modern designs, and I think I will advise anybody.
The first word when you speak about furniture is classic. Yes, at Classic Furniture, they design and make the best in local furniture. All their products are made from the finest local wood available on island. You think it, they design it and make it to your expectations. The highest standards at the best possible price. And they also provide higher purchase for you, their valued customers. Located on Ben Jones Street in Grenville with their factory at Chantemelle in St. Patrick. That's where you need to visit when looking for products made of the finest local wood. They deliver and install items at no extra cost. Your satisfaction is their mission. The extra step is taken to ensure their customers are completely satisfied. They do doors and finished kitchen, supplies mattresses, and restores antique pieces to look like the first day they were made. Hey, give us a call on 442-4645 and 442-9726. Classic Furniture, Grenada's homegrown furniture producers. Agriculture, a pillar in the Grenadian economy. Gittins Home and Garden Center, your main pillar for agricultural supplies in Grenada. They supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings, and nursery items, diesel water pumps, walk-behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs, serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth number 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call them on 409-2175 or 438-4337 and enjoy their services from your farm to your backyard. Gittins Home and Garden Center.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one. Yes, the number one. Oh yes, the number one.
Okay, Jetty, we're back.
Yes, and I'm going to give you the planting dates for this until the next week. According to the McDonald Almanac, above the ground, the 2 days coming up will be the 28th and the 29th. McDonald Almanac above the ground, the 28th and the 29th. For below the ground, the 26th and the 27th for below the ground. Looking at the Old Farmer's Almanac, from the 28th to the 24th, it says these are not good days for planting. The 25th and the 26th, the 25th to the 29th are good days for above the ground. So the Old Farmer's Almanac, the 22nd to the 24th, not good days for planting. They call it barren days. Mm-hmm. And the 25th to the 29th is good for above the ground. That's it for the next week.
Okay. So planting and barren and everything of that sort. Yeah, okay. So I hope folks are listening and they're getting the days. Right now, I'll plant anytime because water in abundance. Yeah, so something will come off the ground, really.
Yeah, people do. Yeah. And then, they don't wait.
I'd like to say good morning to all the farmers out there who are toiling the soil, getting food prepared for us to eat here in Grenada and not export it. Grenadians start to eat what you grow and grow what you eat. Support your farmers. They're working hard out there. We hear every day the struggles that they're going through to get their products and their produces out to market and to get it for us. The price might be a bit expensive at times, but hey, you can't take the money. Buy the thing that you need to sustain your health and your well-being. So, good morning, farmers. Primus, we haven't heard you for a long time. I know Andre is not there, and you only call when he's there, but good morning.
I don't think he hears you because the radio
is off. Yes, so. Again, our radio, people that are listening to terrestrial radio, we are off the air because of the weather that's taking place around the Spice Country. Our transmitter in Kublal is not doing very well for us this morning. So if you're listening online, thank you, and continue to share with what we have on Real FM. If you hear something that you think someone needs to know, pass it on. Also to the bus drivers on the road this morning. It's raining men, women, cats, dogs, everything. You have the nation's children with you. Take care of them, bring them to school safely. And when they're getting off the bus, I know a lot of the conductors does that. They cross them, continue to do that good job, because the traffic that is coming on the other end may not be paying attention and take one of the children out. So thank you, bus drivers and conductors, for doing what you're doing for the nation's children this morning. Also want to say good morning to the people that is under the cashew tree at Central Point. Good morning to Mausi, Bobande, and Silverly, and all the rest of you that listens to Real FM on a daily basis. JD?
Yeah, this is the funnel.
The funnel plant that tastes like the anise. I said it was the anise plant because that's what I got, but it's a funnel plant, and it's really, really good. Gates, I don't know if you can put that on to see if we have it at all, if anybody can grow this, but it's something that when you make soups, especially the blended soups, it can give it a really, really nice flavor. It's called fennel plant. Yeah. So while Gates is doing that, JD, anything else that we want to talk about in reference to planting and
what do we have? The weather. A lot of farmers are complaining with that the current weather. A farmer spoke to me and he says he planted, I think about 10 trees of broccoli, a mixture of cauliflower and broccoli. He didn't get one for market. He couldn't even get one. I mean, one of the plants that is reasonable. All because of the weather that we are having.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't. And he also said to me he planted about 4 pounds of corn, and that again didn't show up nice. So it's we have a lot of difficult constraint with the weather.
So let me ask: is it it's getting too much water?
The heat.
The heat. Oh, okay.
The climate is not right.
It's not conducive to things growing properly.
Yeah, the climate. So hopefully we should get October, getting into October. Normally from October down we get some rain. So I think hopefully that the weather will be conducive for farming.
That is the amazing thing. At night you can hear the raindrops are like big and heavy, can break your window.
Yes.
By 9 o'clock in the morning, as my grandmother and them, the sun splitting ground. It's dry as ever. So that's what I'm asking. What gives here? We get the extreme of everything. We get extreme heat, extreme water.
Yeah. Because the guy said sometimes you have to wait twice a day, morning and evening. And, that's whereas in the time you wait only once.
Right.
But with the rainy season, because we get more rain from October onwards. Huh?
So you're telling me that all this rain that we're getting now, that is just that's the tip of the iceberg, kind of?
Yeah, because our main rain is around like from October, and when they get depending on what amount of rain they get around that period, that is what sustains them for the dry season next year.
Oh, okay. So it goes into storage.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing then.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a good thing. But normally October and November, you get quite a lot of rain, and then sometimes it goes all into January, but not as heavy as January. Heavy. You have years you get a good weather pattern. Not to up to about May up to April sometimes. It all depends on the thing.
So folks, if you notice, Gates has put up the fennel plant, the bulb on the screen. It looks like a big sweet onion, but it's called fennel. And if you see this anywhere, if you can get to plant this, plant it in your garden, because I'm telling you, you can eat it just like that. Just cut a piece and eat it like that. Or you might think that you're eating Moby instead of drinking more, because it has the taste of aniseed. And if you make soup, don't put it in your regular pea soup with your dumpling. And so it's for soup that you smooth out with a hand blender and you add a piece of that. It is the best thing. So there you go, folks. This is the fennel plant. Jenny, another thing I have to ask. Again, I'm going back to my flowers. What causes the tip of your plant to get really dry?
Well, what could happen in some maybe some plants could be pest,
Mm-hmm.
and again some of them could be again the weather. It could be from the weather, but most in some cases pest, you could get probably a pest problem.
Or what you say, it gets too much water or it's not getting enough sunlight.
Well, that could be factors depending on where you have the plants.
It's outside.
Yeah, also, yeah, and then they need it. Plants need some sunlight as just as we as humans.
Mm-hmm.
They do need sunlight. Some plants they don't need heavy, but some of them would need sunlight.
Okay. Good morning, Lynette. Good morning.
Quite
Yes.
a lot on the line.
Yeah, yeah. So I am. What do you want?
The other book. Look at it. Thanks.
Here you go.
Thanks.
Do you plant different variety of tomatoes here?
Well, they do, but because they have a lot of variety. But what I find of late, most people stick to one or two. Again, what seeds they're getting available in Grenada.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. But they have a wide variety of tomatoes, quite a wide variety. And then you have different types. When I say types too, you have type that they would be all, the tree would be all one time and ripe all one given time.
Mm-hmm.
And they have those that will bear continuously.
I find tomatoes is a plant that, like you said, is a stringy thing. When you plant one little tomato tree here, and by the time it's ready, it can take over your whole garden.
Yeah.
How do you control that?
Well, you have to prune. Pruning is important for tomatoes. You have
Okay.
to prune the tomato, and you have to control it. Because I have seen tomatoes, 7 feet, 8 feet tall. Huh?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They are grown in cages, so they keep.
Oh, you know those round kind of cone
they go-
cages.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
and you have to get a stapler, a ladder to go up and down to get at the top. So there are two types. One that will just bear just all fruit and everything just ripe at the same time, and then they have to give you continuous supply.
I like cherry tomatoes, but I don't see a lot of it here.
They do. I know there are one or two farmers who do cherry. To me, not a big seller. Maybe probably St. George's, but up here, I don't find much of the.
I think that's because people think that it's too small, but
Too
it's
small,
the perfect
yeah.
thing for salad.
For
no?
salad, and then
Yeah.
you could eat it like that. You have some very sweet ones.
And then they have the beefsteak ones.
They have beefsteaks. Yeah.
That you can really you cut that, like if you're making a sandwich and you want to put a good slice of tomato on, the beefsteak one is but the best one to do that.
Of late, I hardly see much big ones now. What you find is just a smaller size they do now, not this big one as before, and they are formed. They are much harder than the.
Yes.
They're much harder. They last a longer time.
Mhm.
But people do grow the cherry.
Okay.
Then there's
But
another
it's just that I haven't seen it.
No, yeah, people not on a big scale,
Mhm.
and they bear a lot. I don't think. Well, we know probably up here not. If you know exactly what you want, then you'll probably go for it.
Mhm.
But they don't do much up here, that well up
Okay.
here. Yeah.
Because why I'm asking, sometimes you do roasted vegetables, and the cherry tomato is the perfect
The
one
perfect
to
for
do
it,
because
for-
you can cut it in half and just
and do that.
just roast it
And
as
yeah.
So I would love to get some cherry tomatoes. If I know where they have them, I can really buy
I know
some.
somebody might be planting now. He normally plants every year.
Okay.
So, yeah, once he plants. Another thing too, I have concern about is salad pepper,
Or the bell peppers.
bell peppers.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get, very rare you get the colors that you want locally. Most times you have to buy the imported ones.
Real value and marketing board.
Marketing board do have it. I don't think
They do. I bought there before.
Yeah, I know the supermarkets. But they are costly.
Okay. The green one is the cheapest, and you might
Well,
get
the-
about 7 something for the green one.
The green one is when it's
The red one is 11 something, The yellow is about and it comes to the orange color.
Time, it take different time for maturity. So the green will be cheaper because they will harvest it green. But then you have to leave it a little longer.
So you're telling me they all come green and then they change to different
Green.
colors?
Yeah.
Okay.
All would be green, and then you have to wait for the longer time for them to turn into the.
So how long does it take from green to yellow or green to red or
About,
green to orange?
It could be probably an extra 2 weeks or 2-3 weeks, more than the green ones. The green ones, once they green, they pick them.
So here's a question for you. The green one, when you buy green peppers and you cut them up to make to put in salad, they have that taste. I don't know, it's like a tangy taste to it. But when you buy it yellow, orange, or red, it loses that kind of thing. What causes that?
Well, I would believe that when it's green, it's not fully matured. But when it's turned to the color that they are to, then you get a different taste. Even seasoning pepper.
Right.
A lot of people pick it to say when it's green it's better, but I can't see that. I don't see when they say get a better flavor when the pepper is green.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because when it's green, it tastes green. That's what it tastes green.
But I wish I had to buy seasoning pepper. I like to smell pepper red. I mean, whatever mature and have it matured. But when you pick it green, I think it's in a green stage. It's like a fruit. If you pick a fruit when it's green, like a mango and mango green, you wouldn't enjoy it as well. Like when it's ripe and and that taste you're getting when it's ripe. So it just seems, I think, with the vegetables.
Well, if mangoes that are green, you can make, they pick it green to make different things. Like you can make chutney, you can make mango salad.
Yeah, but to enjoy a mango,
you have to differentiate what you're talking about, the green and the ripe mangoes.
It has to ripe, Like, for instance, a sugar apple, if you eat a sugar apple which is hard, not properly ripe, it's totally different from when it's properly ripe. Yeah. So even with avocado, if it's not properly ripe.
Did I tell you that I cut an avocado a while ago and it wasn't totally ripe? I fit it back nicely together. And I put it in a brown paper bag.
Yeah.
And it did turn a bit softer, and I was able to eat it, but I made smoothie with it.
Yeah. And the thing about avocado, if like when it fall and it split, they don't spoil it easily. Yeah? If it fall from the tree and it busts, it will ripe without spoiling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
really?
It ripe and it don't spoil. Well, one of the greatest things have you ever had sapodillas, green sapodillas?
Oh, it's you might become blue.
No.
That's what I know about it.
Not even that. Put the green sapodilla to ripe.
It takes forever.
And every day you go,
you squeeze in.
You feel to see if it's ripe, and you find, okay, that could pass. But then it affects your mouth.
Yeah, it makes it look like sticky, and it kind of blister your mouth too, because it's not ripe. It hasn't really mature stage.
Exactly. So then if you let it ripe on its own, fully ripe, not fully. I mean, I say ripe, that you eat it, Because I don't like overripe fruits. I don't like when it's overripe. No, I don't like it.
Okay, so hear this. You go to the grocery store and you buy green onions. How you call it again? The long thing. I call it green onions. Scallion?
Well, you say scallion, some place scythe.
Okay, you buy that thing. You also buy mushrooms and other things. What is the best way to store it so that it wouldn't start turning yellow and limp on you in the fridge, the green onions?
You can put it in water. Because some people, when they harvest it, at least there's some roots. A little bit of, so you could place it into some water.
And you take piece of it when you... Okay, that's one way.
Once you put it in the fridge, then after a while, it will get yellow.
So what you can do, what I noticed, what I do, I buy it, I cut off the thingy, the growth part of it, I wash it, let the water go through it, and I cut it up small, put a little bit of oil in it so it won't come together, and I freeze it.
Yeah, you could store it in the fridge. You don't must freeze.
Oh, I freeze it.
Yeah, but you don't must freeze it. You could, put it in the freezer. You could put it there. Even what I see now they do, they could put it in a container. Instead of putting it in a plastic bag like that, put it in a container. It lasts longer.
Yeah,
It lasts a
I
little
put a
longer.
Ziploc bag, so
yeah, and
yeah.
it lasts a little longer.
Okay.
Even with herbs, especially basil, what you could do, you could blend it with olive oil
Mhm.
and put it in ice cube tray. You take all the, and then even in the video, when you're cooking, you just put one into
What is it again?
basil.
Basil. Oh yeah.
Yeah. You mix it with, you blend it with olive oil
Mm-hmm.
and you put it in ice cube trays.
You can do a little shadow benny also.
Whatever, yes,
Mhm.
anything like herbs. So when you want to cook, you just take off, like you take off one and you put it in the pot.
Okay.
There are many ways of doing things and to have your products last longer and variation. You know,
Yes.
that is what we should that's what we should be doing. But we're so accustomed with the one way or the one way street.
Well,
And I-
it's the thing about it. Most of us learn to cook and learn to do things from our parents and grandparents. Yeah, we were taught what they know, so there wasn't a variety of things that they knew how to cook
How to cook,
before.
yeah.
So that's what we learned. So now that we have the advantage of learn, just experiment with food. The only thing you can do, you can put too much salt or no salt at all.
No salt, yeah.
Start with very little salt and add things. Add different dry seasoning and see what you can come up with, because you can do so much with
Yeah.
so many of the
Different
vegetables and
vegetables,
so
yeah.
many other things. Like I said, I make lasagna with using eggplant. I use callaloo
Yeah, you
as
can
my
do
thing, and
as
then I
your
put
base, yeah.
I add a little bit of pasta sauce to it, or cottage cheese, whatever it is, and you put, and then at the end of it, you bake your lasagna, and you don't have to use any pasta, so you have a healthy lasagna because you use
right.
your green thing. So you can do so much. Carrots, again, you can just season your carrots and bake it.
And yeah, carrots. You could bake your carrots. You could even sweet potato. Well, you put sweet
I
potatoes too.
do roasted sweet potatoes.
Roasted
Yeah.
potatoes.
Mhm.
Squash. Butternut squash.
Yes, you can
Another-
stuff that. You can
there's
do
another
whatever
one
it
you could
is.
do with roast it instead of just
Mhm.
how you cook pumpkin. You do it.
Yeah, and all you have to do is to cut it up in chunks, put a little bit of olive oil, shake it up, sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon powder on it.
Cinnamon powder, a
you
little bit of
throw
sugar.
it in there,
yeah.
and sugar, or
A
if you
little
have
bit.
what do you call that syrup?
Maple
Maple syrup.
maple
You
syrup,
drizzle
yeah.
a little bit, and you throw it in there, cover it with foil, let it steam a bit. When it's about
I-
3/4 of an hour, just remove it and let it just
One
fry
thing
up.
I don't like
What?
is the foil.
Well, they said foil causes you to get Alzheimer's, but that is if you leave things stored in it for a few days.
I figure once you get into heat,
Mhm.
I think it
It releases whatever it gives
yeah,
to
it
give you
really-
Alzheimer's.
yeah. If you cook food and it's hot,
You don't use foil to cover it.
please don't do that.
No.
Because you see the color changes
It gets brown.
and then it kind of blackish, darkish like, and it get into the food. The food would absorb that.
But something has to kill us, That one is going to kill us slowly. That one is going to kill us, because that's about the only thing we have to fold things nicely besides the plastic wrap, right? Everybody has foil in their house.
Everybody has foil. But
Yes.
they have again too. They have baking dish with cover, so you could. I mean, other people use it, but it's not that healthy for.
You get the best steamed fish in foil, eh?
I see it, but so I try to avoid. I try to avoid foil as much as possible. But the best steamed fish
Is in foil.
is in foil.
Yes. But like I said, a lot of things that we're eating is killing us slowly. Foil is one of them. So if it's not rushing you to death, you're not doing it every day. I mean, take a little chance here, because you put fish, you want to steam a fish or do a fish that you think is steamed fish, you put it in one of your baking pan, it come not baked fish instead, yeah?
So what if you do it with I call that paper, the greaseproof paper, even work?
No, because the greaseproof paper, if you put it in heat, it becomes hard as foil, and then it disintegrates when the thing. Greaseproof paper or what do you call it? They have a name for it. Parchment paper.
Parchment paper, yeah.
Is for when you bake your bread
Uh-huh.
and you do not want to fold the bread in the straight foil. You put it in parchment paper
Parchment
first,
paper,
fold it,
okay.
and then you put your foil over it so it can stay fresh. parchment paper is just to line your baking pan and to
So,
line
yeah,
your thing.
right, yeah.
And if I'm going to give you a slice of pudding, I put it in parchment paper.
Good,
But
yeah.
it's not for baking. But steamed fish in foil, ban on.
No, exactly. I seen it. I seen somebody just even it was yesterday or the week I was watching and they could be fish whole. I mean a whole fish. You just slice it and you they put all your herbs and seasoning into it and they put it in the foil boil. That's what I see beyond the foil and I watch it.
You're going to eat it still because you want it, whether done it for. No, honestly, there are some things that we know the dangers of it. Like they even talk about the pot.
The cookware, aluminium cookware.
Exactly.
That is something.
But everybody has that pot in their
almost
house.
everyone.
So
I personally go for stainless steel.
That too, but who can afford stainless steel? You have to remember people, that's what we got.
They're not expensive. No, they're not expensive.
To you, they may not be, but to other people that have, JD, look at it that way. There had been a thing going around a long time now about the things that we did when we were young, like we use lead paints. We drink water out of weed dust. We eat things all over the place. When it's hot, when it's that and it rains, you see people going on and eating the thing from the asphalt. Yeah?
I'm sorry.
You and I are still here.
Yeah.
We do all that.
But the now generation is different. Eh?
Yes, but what I'm saying, we eat from that same pot that they're saying that is going to kill us. And we're still here. I mean, like I said, we all are dying. Some things are killing us slowly.
Another one is the non-stick frying pan.
That again, I don't use at all.
That is something that is. And once you see start getting
you cannot use you could only use wooden stuff in it.
Wooden stuff. You don't use
aluminum or stainless steel things.
The Brillo and so to scrub it.
No, you can't.
Once you see it start deteriorating,
throw it out.
Get rid of it because you know.
I don't buy anything non-stick because I know the dangers of the non-stick thing.
Yeah, so people, very, very. It wasn't the aluminum.
Imagine you put a piece of fish in the non-stick pot and you do that and the fish could fly out of the pot just like that. You know that, right? Because it's non-sticky flying out. So there's certain things you just have to do your research on things like with foods. There are certain foods that we eat that is not good for us, really.
Yeah, a lot of food that we
people
eat,
that suffers with diabetes, you see, I've got the breadfruit and all the starchy food. They are not supposed to really divulge in that on a daily basis. So you know that you have to eat that once when the moon blue, and the moon don't get blue. So that tell you how very rare you have to eat these things. So like everything else, whether it's food or we can drown ourselves from drinking too much water. So everything in moderation. So the pot and the aluminum foil and all this, because I know if I'm going to do a steamed fish that I'm going to stuff with the onions and the callaloo and everything, foil paper, here we come.
Because certain things, if you bake in it, you cover it with the foil.
So tell me, when you're making potato pudding, what do you bake it in? Tell me, I'm listening.
I have glassware. I have some other pans and so that I use. But
if you're making one for me and you're making one for gifts to give away, what do you put it in?
And of that too, I've lost a lot of pans.
You're not answering my question. Stop going around the bush. What do you put it in, JD?
I'm coming to you. Don't worry. I'm not going around. So normally I put them in pans that I have.
What kind of pans?
I have glass. I have different pans. But what I realized, I've been losing my pans. And another thing is that when you give people it in the pan, they scrub the pan. And it becomes.
You won't take the last 5 minutes that we have to end this program to tell me what you're using it, right?
Both what you do now, you put it in the foil.
Which foil?
The trays. So what?
No. He puts it in the aluminum foil to give you an idea.
No. That's what. Because generally I don't.
I know you don't use those stuff.
I think right, but if you're doing it for commercial, then you have to put it in the foil. If you're selling.
So there you go. Slow that still. Regardless of which way you look at it.
I've seen it and I realize people,
That's why they invented to-go containers. The black one with the white cover or the Rubbermaid makes those to-go containers, because when people, like you say, We lost a lot of dishes, and I'm sure everybody can attest to that. You give somebody pass by, you give them some food, your dish don't come back.
Forget that.
Your container don't come back. So now if you have the to-go container and you give them, you have nothing to worry about.
Forget that.
Yeah.
Forget. But in the past, well, no, of late, no. If I don't put in potato pudding, I would have stainless steel trays.
Mhm.
But I hate to cut, pudding to give somebody a piece. Or I give you, but then what do?
Foil pan.
You don't have a choice because I've given them in my other pans, our smaller pans, and you don't get it back. So
I think everybody is on the same page with you on that one.
you don't get them back. So you don't have a choice. You just have to go and buy the foil containers and I mean, when I do it, I'll say, it's against my mind to do it, but then what can you, that's the way it goes. It does the way.
Yep. So we have another 5 minutes before the program comes to an end.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you want to talk about anything else about plans that we can do.
What do we have to talk about at this point? I don't think much. Just closing up. To close up shop. I think this morning we tried, I guess, for almost hour and a half.
Yes, we did.
We tried our best to educate and information what. But I think, folks, if those who's getting us, get serious on that.
Planting your food.
The food, yeah. I think that is one of the areas. You don't have to do a whole lot, but what they had were advising. It's not for market. You don't do it for market's sake, but it's a matter of getting back. In the past, I have this. I give you this, and you give me this.
So getting back to basics.
That is that is something that they were encouraging, because. Forget about the good and planned a whole set of food and good. Like somebody said, the government tell them, like when they had COVID, they planted food and they couldn't get market for it. It was not for that purpose. The main purpose of that was
to feed yourself.
To feed yourself. And then if you have extra, you give. Like this, if you are a given person, you give your neighbor something. What you may, I will have cabbage. You have somebody might have tomato. So you kind of
it's a swapping thing.
And thing. So everybody had to plan the same thing. But plan food that you could to sustain you.
I always say that, you all talk about a flood on the market, a glut on the market of certain things. And I always of the notion that we have 6 parishes or 5 parishes, how many parishes we have, and one without town. Okay. So if you're going to you want to keep the market consistent, right? You plant tomato in St. Andrew. You plant cabbage in St. George. You plant green peppers in St. Patrick. You plant different foods in different parishes so that we always have...
That won't work.
Oh, why wouldn't it work? With
work.
Proper planning, it can work.
Our problem in farming is planning. Even I've seen it even with the farmers. We had contracts, not new contracts, with some farmers to plant this, and they don't. So that's why year come, there's a time seasoning pepper flooding the market. There's a time you can get one seasoning pepper.
But when is the light bulb going to go off and let them know that this isn't working? Because come Christmas and everybody's looking for seasoning pepper, we have none whatsoever.
Exactly.
It's like the pepper ton priest because we have none. Seriously.
Tomato, no, I don't think you have much tomato on the market. And then again, probably with the rain we might get down the right, when you hardly get tomatoes for Christmas. Even again, more farmers planting like peppers. No, the salad pepper, the sweet pepper. More farmers planting that, to be ready for December.
And that's it. Everybody, if I pass and I see JD have pepper and he's looking good, JD has a whole field of pepper there. He's going to be making some money. Let me go give him a little competition and plant some pepper. Plant something else for crying out loud.
That's what
because every year at certain time, that there's going to be a shortage of what it is that you're planting. Then plant something else. If JD has peppers, you plant tomato. You plant whatever it is that we're going to need coming down to the wire. So
this planning is something that farmers don't do. And then come February, March, tomatoes flood the market. There's a flood, the tomatoes will flood in the market.
Okay, it's almost time for us to come to an end. Thank you, JD, for showing up this morning in all the bad weather that we're having. Thank you to everyone who is online that has been listening and participating in the program. We thank you very much. We appreciate all that you do for Real FM to keep it live and direct. And to all the bus drivers and the doctors and nurses, everyone in Grenada, we know that it's a bad day today. Drive safely, get where you're going to your destination safely, and remember, wear your seatbelts, because the car in front of you, if it stops suddenly and you don't have to stop, you might get into an accident, and without a seatbelt, who knows where you'll end up. Wear your seatbelt. Arrive alive, as they say. Drive safe and arrive alive where you're going.
And they say when thunder rolls,